Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Today, I'm making this video to further explain the team I used in the previous video. Here's that video. Honestly, I don't know why the video was so laggy back then. So to make up for that, I'll do my best to make this video as good as possible. Here are the Familia, Memoria, and their traits that I used. First, let's talk about Vanguards Sukuna. With passives like these, honestly, Vanguards Sukuna is the strongest unit in the game right now, with incredible DPS and extremely powerful support capabilities. Sukuna is currently at the very top of the food chain. And to fully maximize Sukuna's potential, we're also using him as one of our main DPS units. When using Vanguard Sukuna in this team, make sure to let Sukuna beat Gojo. And make sure to use the same vows as shown in the video. Why do we also choose the last vow? It's simple, because in this team, Sukuna isn't the main deciding factor. This vow is chosen to support the other units. Next, let's talk about Gear 5 leader. Luffy is currently the strongest support unit in the game. With his nearly map-wide repulse, the ability to inflict a ton of effects on enemies, and grant joy to allies, Luffy will be the key unit for stalling and slowing down enemies. This plays a very important role in this team. Now let's move on to the unit in slot 4, Ains. As for the unit in slot 3, Choi Jong-in, I'll talk about him later. For Ains, there's nothing particularly special about him. His role is to provide support and defense during the early stages. And since he's your early defender, make sure his starting damage is decent. Personally, I choose the Devoted Dedication Memoria for Ains because its passive grants plus 40% damage to curse units, which is really good for holding the early game. Or you can choose the Unlikely Dr. Memoria as an even better alternative. For Ains' arcane knowledge, make sure to choose the same setup as shown in the video. I know picking Water Sword to inflict Bubble might seem a bit redundant since Luffy will eventually remove it anyway, but it's still quite useful for helping Ains hold the early game. Next, let's talk about the unit in slot 5. Pick whichever farm unit you think works best. Personally, I think Nami generates the most money, especially from Wave 20 on. And now, let's move on to slot 6. This is the slot where you can use any support unit you want, such as Shoko, Urza, or even another farm unit if needed. Personally, after testing various support units, including Shoko, I found that Urza still performs slightly better. And finally, let's get to the core of this team, Escanor and Choi Jong-in. First, let's talk about Escanor. You can spawn him through Ains' active world items. In the latest update, he has also gained his own Vanguard Familia, and this has significantly boosted his overall power. This is the passive of that Familia, and the most important passive of this Familia is in this line. Escanor can easily apply Intense Burn, which is a very favorable condition when combined with Choi Jong-in, unlike some other unit that needs to stack 10 burn stacks just to trigger Intense Burn. Although Escanor's DPS on its own isn't very high, the massive damage and ability to consistently apply Intense Burn, along with huge burn damage, make him a monster when paired with Choi Jong-in. Next, let's move on to something a bit special, the Memoria that should be used for Escanor. If you've already watched the admin's tier list, you'll clearly see that the best Memoria for Escanor is Blazing Inferno. But when Escanor is actually combined with Choi Jong-in in practice, it's not quite like that. The strongest Memoria I found for Escanor when paired with Choi Jong-in is Peak of Shinobi. This is a small test I did to prove that, and in the video I showed you, Choi Jong-in's nukes always crit. He didn't miss a single crit across all 4 units. As you can see, the peak of Shinobi Memoria delivers noticeably higher DPS. And now, let's move on to the final unit, Choi Jong-in. Just to refresh your memory, Choi Jong-in has a passive that says, on intense burn expired, enemy receives an extra hit dealing damage equal to what the burn dealt. This means his role is to maintain intense burn and unleash massive burst damage. Therefore, the best way to build Choi Jong-in is to go all in on critical rate. Use the Deadeye trait, the king of the Trash Memorial, which also has the Deadeye trait, and the Bird Familiar. They're the best choices for him. Also, make sure to roll good Familiar stats, especially critical rate. And now, let's put the team to the test against a few bosses and take it into the hardest stage possible. I sell Ames because his Undead Ruler passive is currently bugged. A ghost spawn from this passive won't maintain the intense burn we're trying to keep active. Instead, it will trigger it early. This has a major impact on Choi Jong-in because if intense burn isn't maintained, he can't build up his passive, which means his burst damage will be much lower. For now, I recommend you do the same. Only deploy Ames to help defend the early game, and once you're stable, sell him so he doesn't affect you. Choi Jong-in is currently affected by a range bug. He can attack with his max upgrade range even while he's still at upgrade 0. It went from 46.22 billion down to 15.54 billion in about 8 minutes and 2 seconds, which means this team averages around 63.7 million DPS and can sustain that damage consistently throughout the entire match. Isn't that amazing? Now let's move on to the next challenge, clearing the hardest stage.
into you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too? Running through my mind, take it all into the world. Never know what we're gonna find in the sunrise, sunrise.
Thank you all for watching the video until the end. Next time, I'll be testing teams that use fixed Kafka or Ryu and trying to find the strongest team possible. Anyway, thank you all again, and see you next time.
For your touch of me.